Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Virtue, the hip hop anchor, and this is a special edition of the Anchor Show. I'm in the house with my man DJ Hart Attack from Atlanta, Georgia. We're gonna chop it up a little bit today. Since my man is a little bit younger than me, not from the golden era, I guess you would say you from the millennium era or what?
I'm Gen Z.
Gen Z. All right, well, we're gonna chop it up with a Gen Zer. Kind of get some of his perspective since he's in the music arena, you know what I'm saying, around the parties and the people and stuff. So we're gonna get into that a little bit. All right, well, normally I don't like to talk about current events and stuff, but every now and then there's something that happens in hip hop that is worthy of speaking of in several arenas, you know what I'm saying? So being that's the case, we're gonna speak on the Young Dolph situation that just happened a few days ago, with him getting basically assassinated, you know what I'm saying, right in the streets. And I guess everybody's been talking about that, trying to get more information on it lately. What do you got to say about that just off the top before we get into specific questions?
To be honest with you, it's pretty much a prevalent thing in hip hop, you know, when things like this happens. This is just like the Nipsey Hustle, XXXTentacion, his whole, ordeal. Yeah. It's one of those things where when you from that type of that area of poverty and the hood culture, it always follows you, whether you go back or not. See, the thing about Nipsey Hustle, it was his home. Like, when he had the whole business out there,
right,
in Inglewood, or was it Crenshaw, or something like that.
Yeah.
That was his home. So he's not gonna go there with security.
Right.
Young Dolph, he's like, I'm just going to a cookie shop to get something for my mom.
Right.
No security, because this is my home type stuff.
Right.
But when you get to that status of this big superstar, which rappers are nothing but rock stars now. Yeah. Kanye predicted that a long time ago, whether he was crazy or not. I still agree that rappers were becoming rock stars.
So you kind of brought up we'll start it off with the example of Nipsey Hustle. So I think as they investigated that situation a little bit more, Nipsey actually knew that dude and had some type of bad beef with him, or that dude felt like he didn't like Nipsey for one reason or another.
It was that dude that had a problem with Nipsey because of something in the past.
Yeah, but they knew each other. That's basically what I'm saying. So do you think this is a situation of where he actually knew these cats that killed him, or could it be just like enough hate in the streets that they would just go after him like that?
Well, I didn't read too much about whether the guy knew him or not.
Right.
But I feel like it was one of those things where, and I'm just going by just speculation, I think it was one of those things, it's like, hey, well, you made it out, you this and that, like, I'm just gonna, gun you down, whatever happened in the past. It might have been it probably might have been something that was small, that happened in the past between him and, that person. Like I said, speculation.
Right. Okay.
And, dude didn't, he just took it to the heart and had a grudge for his whole life and just saw the opportunity to take him out. I
haven't heard all the story, like you said, like there's still information coming out, but I heard it was like 50 shots, and I saw one dude running in with like a AK or AR or something that
but how many dudes
with a banana. It was only two dudes that I've seen so far. One dude with a handgun, and another guy with like a gun that had a banana clip on it. You know what I'm saying? So he was probably walking in there with at least 50 rounds plus, and just started dumping off. But I guess we'll find out more as more information comes out. But it's just crazy, man. Like, and even on top of people that reach a national level, you know what I'm saying, like XX or Nipsey Hustle, or Young Dolph.
Or Pop Smoke.
Yeah, Pop Smoke. Yeah, it's been a lot of cats that's like only known in their city that's been getting gunned down too. So you ain't even necessarily got to reach it to a national level of success. You know what I'm saying? Before you could be a target.
But it's not even just superstars either, man. It's also just regular people like me and you that make it out, at a certain situations.
Right.
And they go back to their home and it's just like, oh, well, you're not giving back to the community. Oh, you're this and that and the third. Not saying they get gunned down for it, but it's like, you're a target when that stuff happens because people would have this animosity towards you.
So let me ask you this, like being the current state of music, like There's always been like a violent element to hip hop, I guess, and to some degree.
East Coast.
Well, I guess East Coast kind of started it, but it's always been there depending on who you listen to. But it was like a small section of it, and then it started to become more and more the regular thing. Yeah. So, how much do you think that the style of music that these cats do contributes to the lifestyle or circle of people that they find themselves in?
And this, we got to go back to where we went from reality rap to gangster rap because it sounds sexy. We got to go back to the 90s of, you know, like I just said, like the East Coast, West Coast, Pac versus Biggie.
Right.
That's where I feel like we had to look at rap like, this ain't it.
Right.
It's not about music anymore. It's about my side versus your side. Like this some Crips and Bloods type stuff. Like, if you got a beef or something, take that to the studio. Don't take it out to the streets.
True. So I did a show not too long ago where I was talking about a lot of the music that comes out today is talking about shooting and killing and all that, you know what I'm saying? And then people might be like, ah, man, this is getting too violent. This ain't like when I used to listen to hip hop or whatever. But if you go back, there's even into the 90s, you know what I'm saying? The golden era, like you said, that's when Tupac and Biggie got killed, and violent rap really started coming out like in the late 80s, you know what I'm saying? So I guess we have built on a foundation of that, but killing songs, shooting up songs really ain't nothing new, you know what I'm saying? We've been rocking to them joints, you know what I'm saying, since the 90s with Natural Born Killers, with songs like Me and My Girlfriend from Tupac, Who Shot Ya, you know what I'm saying? So I guess it really does build on like that beginning foundation, you know what I'm saying, where we began to normalize it and the kids grew up on that, you know what I'm saying, and it just gets worse, man. So you kind of spoke on that a little bit.
You kind of got to think about this about American society as well. Like, it's not even just hip hop and rap, it's just also music in what we look at on TV as well. Like, we love violence. Violence is entertainment. Yeah. You know, and I think that's the problem with certain people that listen to this type of music, whether it's metal or, you know, because I also listen to other genres too. Right. And they talk about, you know, a lot of explicit things. So it's based off the person, you know, whether they take it or leave it.
That's true. That's true.
It's like, you know, people they can't separate reality and entertainment, and that's the problem that we see. So, like, back in the golden era days, we kind of had a way to balance that out with having conscious groups like, you know what I'm saying, Common, Poor Righteous Teachers, Tribe Called Quest, that type of flavor of hip hop. So, how much of a chance do you think that an artist who doesn't have like a violent or money message behind them, what's his chances of becoming successful and trying to balance that back out a little bit? There's only two people, and three, which is Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar. And I even put Childish Gambino in there because I'm biased, but you know, only those four that name can actually balance it out. Anybody else, they're following the trends of what's hot right now. Yeah, that's it. You know, it sells. Like I said, gangster rap is sexy. That's it. It is. You know, talking about lean and codeine and, you know, popping pills and all this other stuff. It just sounds good. You know, especially when you have trap. You know, that new sound. Yeah, it feels good. But it's like, I have nothing against it. It's just, it's a certain time and place to listen to that stuff. Like, you're in a club, yeah, it sounds good, but you're like at home. What the heck? Why you listen to this stuff 24/7, man? Like, there's other genres out there, man. Yeah, don't take yourself so seriously all the time. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to have a laugh, or, you know what I mean? Like, be in touch with something that has feeling behind it. You know what I'm saying? You're an avid hip hop listener. I mean, yeah. As you can tell about all the stuff that, you know, you got. Yeah, got a lot going on back here. So, like, what about you? Like, what do you like to vibe out to? Like, when you're just at home. I mean, I like, I'm a golden era head, so I kind of like that kind of sound, but a lot of those dudes that I listen to ain't putting out new music anymore. So we got to try to find other dudes that follow that kind of tradition, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I mean, just something that I can vibe to that has a little bit more substance behind it. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of the songs that have a lot of repetition, you know what I'm saying? Like
repeating the same words over and over again, or same chorus over and over again.
Like, I think because you're a little bit older and you just grew up in a different era.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Where in order to get any shine, like when I first started like being interested in hip hop, was like you gotta have some type of lyrical prowess to you. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, like you just gotta be swaggy. You know what I'm saying?
Or
like,
you just, get a mic, get a computer, get some Fruity Loops going, and
or get a dope producer. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times the beats be carrying these dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like the producer be saying these dudes loud. I'm like, yo, if this producer wasn't great, man, you will be struggling, man.
Right. It need to be more dudes like DJ Khaled that, you know what I'm saying, is I'm the producer and these are my rappers.
Nah, he's more of a director at this point. He don't even do nothing.
Okay, bad example. No.
Now he used to do stuff.
Right.
Now this man just like, I'm the director. I'm gonna get this producer. I'm gonna get whoever's the biggest producer, the biggest name right now, and I'm just gonna put him on this project and put my name on it. And just sit back and chill.
I could do a whole show about him. Just you know what I'm saying on what this dude be doing. But yeah, I mean like the producers these days is really carrying these rappers, man. You know what I'm saying? And if it weren't for them, they'd be struggling because they don't have the lyrics. You know what I'm saying to stand up on. You know what I mean? And ain't nobody buying acapellas. No. As far as I know.
I mean, there's certain people I can say, I hate to say this, but hip hop is a job at this point. Right. So outside of DJing, I listen to other stuff like neo soul, reggae, soca, synthwave, and different other stuff that's weird to other people that look like me,
Right.
But there's certain people I'm like, Lil Baby sounds good. He's from Atlanta. It took him time to get to where he was because he just went in the studio and just rapped. But
man, that was another topic that I had recently. Was like, how do like cats these days promote themselves? You know what I'm saying? When they ain't got physical product. You know what I mean? Like, how do you just go out into the street and like
talk?
So you don't go out into the street no more. It's 100% digital.
I mean, I do the same thing. I mean, it's better nowadays because you could, but it's also like an inflation of artists. And then there's artists out here that, that's in the underground scene. Yeah. They're doing all the stuff that you like.
Right.
Like Joey Badass. Like, he's literally just an epitome of just 90s rap.
Right.
I'm hip. I'm bringing back the boom bap New York style rap.
I like that. So being that you a DJ, who would you recommend to the golden era type audience of, you know what I'm saying, who they could listen to that they might vibe out to for the golden era listeners?
I really don't have any. Like I said, I gotta pay attention to the mainstream and to make sure the party is rocking.
Okay.
But the only thing I can give to anybody in terms of want that golden era sound is you gotta do your own research now. There's a lot of artists out here that are hungry. There's indie rappers, there's underground, whatever you want to say. They're about the same damn thing.
Right.
They're out there. Just don't listen to the mainstream. I'm telling you, mainstream is not what it used to be back when I was growing up. Like I said, I'm 97, so I'm on the cusp of the end of the millennials, and now I'm like the oldest in my generation. So I grew up where early 2000s were literally the 90s, but with a different number on it.
Right.
So mainstream rap was still popping. Like, you could still pop and lock. You could still enjoy yourself.
Right.
But now it's just
it's a kind of a split a little bit. All right, well, that's fair since, I know you got to listen to a lot of mainstream stuff to keep the parties rocking. So on the opposite side of that, who is some artist from the golden era that you think has a sound that can last, a longer period than just the golden era? Or who do you mess with, from the golden era? Just name a couple names if you can.
Who do I mess with from the golden era?
Yeah.
That I still listen to?
Yeah.
Can it be any genre?
Yeah, any
genre.
Yeah, just throw some names out who you like to listen to from the 90s.
Okay, I like to listen to D'Angelo.
Okay.
Donnell Jones, And I throw in, you know, Biggie.
Okay.
And
All right.
it really, I like the because people gonna get mad about this. I'd rather listen to Biggie than Pac.
Hey, that's.
I know people gonna get mad at that, but Pac was the voice and the soul stuff. Like, I really wouldn't call him a rapper. He was more of just like, I'm gonna tell you how I feel.
He did do that.
But Biggie was the rapper. He was the lyricist. He was just like boom, 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 boom. So if I want to hear some genuine rap, I'm gonna listen to Biggie.
Okay. Well, the Biggie and Tupac debate gonna go on for as long as time, I think.
Yeah.
But I noticed the first two names you mentioned was R&B groups and or R&B artists, and people also say it ain't no R&B like there was in the 90s.
They gonna say, oh, well, most of the R&B artists are rapping. I'm like, dude, they were doing that. Bobby Brown was rapping.
Yeah,
D.E.A.D, like, do y'all not remember these people?
Yeah.
I was like, they were rapping too. They were just doing it. Remember what one of them, Mike from New Edition, he said what BBD is, you know, the R&B with the hip hop tip.
Yeah.
So
I think like when hip hop really started to get popping to the point where they wanted to have them on their records as features.
Yeah.
That them R&B dudes kind of wanted to rap a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It was just like, you know what I'm saying? Ooh, I gotta do it,
heck,
you know what I'm saying?
Prince started rapping after a while. Like, come on now.
Yeah. But I mean, those type of collabs been happening since the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Like you said.
It's nothing new. I don't know where, it's just probably because it's more in your face now, but back then it was prevalent.
Yeah.
It was getting there. The New Jack Swing was just out there, and everybody wanted to get on it.
Yeah.
Johnny Gill did it. I mean, so it's a lot.
What you think is next for music, man? For hip hop, what's next?
The revolution of breaking down the industry as a whole with the record labels. At this point, why do you need a record label? You can literally be an independent artist and have the money come to you. You just need the right people around you to do the business moves. You're not a business person. So
you saying what's next to come is more of a business action than a music action?
Yes.
Okay.
Because music is always going to change.
Right.
There's always going to, like Lil Nas X, how he did something that I never thought anybody could ever freaking do. Bring country and hip hop together. They tried it once. Remember, what's his name? Nelly and with Florida Georgia Line, when they created that shitty country song and that hip hop crap. I'm like, dude, no. Hip hop and country has always been just, but Lil Nas X made it work, and he was hated for it.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's been tried a few times, but I'd have to say that he was the most successful one at it so far. Yeah. And he just knows how to navigate the whole digital arena right now.
Well, that was Soulja Boy too. Soulja Boy started that.
Yeah.
Soulja Boy is a pioneer of that. People always make fun of him, like, dude, Soulja Boy was a pioneer.
Yeah, and he was just on the Breakfast Club the other day talking about that, man, and when you really look at his resume, like, he did start a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And he's still pioneering stuff, so.
He's still relevant.
Yeah, he does. He is, man. And he like you said, cats don't always speak his name with the respect that it deserves,
right.
You know what I'm saying? But you're right, man. He does deserve some credit out here, though, for real. So, I appreciate you sitting down talking with me. I want to give you an opportunity to push anything that you got going on, anything that you want to name off, your website, your Instagram, anything like that. Where can folks find more DJ Hart Attack at?
Well, you can find me mostly on Instagram, DJ_Hart Attack. That's HART and Attack. I usually do mixes on SoundCloud. That's also a big deal in the DJ community where we can't get our voices heard or our mixes heard and creativity because, you know, copyright. That's been made ever since the 90s, and I think it's very draconian. They need to start changing it. But anyway.
Right. No doubt.
Yeah, they keep cherry picking what DJs they want to do. But anyway, that's another topic for another time.
Yeah. Well, my recommendations for the Golden Era is what I've been listening to the last week is Durand Jones and the Indications, I think it is. I got a few singles from them dudes that I've been rocking with lately. And Akeem Ali, aka Akeem Thomas, came out with an album in the last couple of days. He's been putting out a lot of music, a lot of videos and stuff too. So for the Golden Era heads, there's two artists for you to go check out. But anyway, that's it for this week. I'm Virtue the Hip Hop Anchor for my man DJ Hart Attack. This is the Anchor Show. Maximum time, minimum grind. No. Maximum grind, minimum time.
How you messed
We
up?
out.
DJ Hart Attack.